Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about some return to sport progressions for after you've had a baby. So when you're talking about returning to activity after you've had a baby, it's important to think of things not in what you can or you can't do, but more so what you should versus should not do. So a lot of women think that once they get their 6-week clearance from their doctor, they're good to go, they're good to jump right back into everything. But it's really important to go about these things a little bit more thoughtfully and intentionally and start with some slower progressions and move up towards that, because a lot of the exercises that women are really excited about doing, things like running, jumping, heavy lifting, actually put quite a bit of pressure on that healing pelvic floor and abdominal wall that are still in the process of recovery at 6 weeks. But if you do work on isolating those Kegels and then starting to use that pelvic floor contraction along with some of these exercise progressions, we can get you back to what you want to do, but in a much safer way that is going to do a lot for allowing you to have a lot more longevity and lesser likelihood of having issues down the line. So these exercise progressions that I'm going to show you are ones that we show people once that they've shown us that they can do their isolated pelvic floor Kegels really well, and we've done a couple other things in the interim. So I would definitely suggest checking out our pelvic floor contraction video if you haven't already and starting working on that first. But for those of you who are starting to get into that point where you want to get back to your exercises and you've been working on your pelvic floor exercises, these are for you. So the first one is going to be, instead of a squat jump, it's going to be a squat to knee to cross elbow touches. So what you're going to do is you're going to think about doing your pelvic floor contraction on the up part of the squat. So you're going to think about, if you can, relaxing as you go down and then contracting as you come up. So just think about that as I'm doing this exercise. So you're going to start going into your squat, and then you're going to come up, cross to the other elbow, and then come back to neutral. You're going to then squat, and then do the other side, and come back to neutral. So it might not look like much when you're doing it nice and slow, but once you get a little bit faster, you can get a good sweat on with these guys. So then, the next one I'm going to show you is a modified burpee. So burpees are really common in lots of those HIIT classes and CrossFit exercises. So when you're moving back towards that, what you're going to do is, ideally you're going to take a box or a chair. You're going to stand in front of it. You're going to put your hands down, step out, step back in, and then you're going to come up to a calf raise. So again, you're going to step out, step back in, and come up to a calf raise. And again, might not look like much when you're doing it nice and slow, but once you start doing it faster, you'll get nice and warm and you can get a sweat on. And so with these exercises, you should never feel any abdominal symptoms or vaginal symptoms. Those are key signs that you need to go back a step, really work on those pelvic floor muscles, get them ready for what you're going to do. But as long as that's feeling good, keep up with those, and that's going to get you back to where you want to be a lot faster.